All right, so taking a look at what I mean by the term counter rotation. Counter rotation is speaking predominantly to the reciprocating actions that are occurring on left and right sides of the body when we're doing really just about anything. But it's with things like offset loading where this counter rotation effect seems to be enhanced. So we're going to use my little offset hip series here to take a look at this counter rotation in effect. And we'll start here with the dynamic overhead march. I think this is probably the best one to articulate the point. But, given the single-sided loading here, I'm going to be pressing more so on the right side while pulling down more on the left side. That's going to cause a reciprocating action at the trunk where we're getting a pulling type of action in the lat here, while on this side we're getting more of a pressing type of action. So that's going to slightly change the presence of torque and rotation at the trunk. And then as I'm going through this dynamic action here, to give you all a little illustration, what we're getting with this is we're getting a contrasting demand with the stance leg as the weight is being offset to either an abduction bias, which would be on that leg there, or an adduction bias, which will be on the right leg. So with this counter rotation effect, we can consider this not only just at the trunk, but also at the hip, the knee, and the ankle and foot. And if we kind of pan through the whole series here to see some of this, this is going to be a rotational action here. So with this, we are obviously going into a rotary pattern, but I think still with the load just being offset to the one side, we're getting almost amplified reciprocal patterning at the trunk muscles. This being a similar exercise, you can see now I got a clip on there, but we're finishing with that single leg knee drive. So here we're trying to challenge that abduction bias by having the load offset to the right side or to the opposite side. Now going into more of a dynamic pattern here, so just adding speed to the mix, getting a little bit of a knee drive start here to just increase our overall force at ground contact, and then finishing out here again with the offset overhead march. So counter rotation effect, increased torque, increased demand on the trunk musculature, and amplifying the reciprocating patterns of left to right.